Travel Tribe ATL. Today we're going to go over the steps for applying for a passport for your child or infant. We'll cover both renewing a passport and applying for a brand new passport. You can travel the world with your tribe following these 6 easy steps that we'll cover in this video. The info in this video is accurate as of 2021, but always check the State Department website for the most up-to-date information at travel.state.gov. We'll include a link in the description. Let's go over some things you need to know. First, passport books for children 16 and younger are only good for 5 years and must be renewed in person. Also, in this time of global pandemic, wait times are much longer than usual, and in-person appointments are extremely limited. We'll go over how to set up an appointment later in this video, but check your local post office for availability. Third, minor passport books cost much less than adult passport books. There's a $35 execution fee that you pay to the acceptance facility and an $80 fee that you pay to the State Department. There are also additional fees that you can tack on to speed up processing and handling, and they range between $17 and $60. The State Department has a handy fee calculator where you can see exactly how much it'll cost for your specific scenario. That being said, let's go over the 6 easy steps for getting a passport for your child. Step 1. Schedule a passport appointment. Visit the State Department website to schedule an appointment. Some locations only allow walk-ups, and some locations have passport events where you can show up with your documentation and apply. Both of these options attract crowds and are high on the stress meter. Give yourself time to schedule an appointment and avoid these events if you can. Even if you have to travel a bit further from home, having an appointment can greatly reduce the stress of the whole experience. Appointments go quickly and can only be booked a month out in some locations. So get to it. Go make your appointment today. Step 2. Passport application and documentation. While you wait for an appointment, go procure your documentation and fill out the application. Visit travel.state.gov to see what documentation you will need for your specific scenario. You will need to fill out Form DS-11 for your child. There is a fillable version of the form on the State Department website that can create a printable PDF for you. If both parents are not able to appear at the appointment, additional notarized paperwork will be required. You will need some personal information like your child's social security number and height. Make sure you have the pertinent information available when you fill out the form. And make sure you fill out the form from your child's perspective. Visit travel.state.gov for more details. We were renewing a child passport and also getting a brand new passport for an infant. For the renewal, we had to provide the child's expired passport, an original birth certificate, a copy of the birth certificate, proof of guardianship, original government issued IDs for both parents, and copies of these IDs to submit with the application. That's a lot of documents. Gather and collect these items early so that you make sure you don't miss any of the required documentation when you get to your appointment. Step 3. Get passport photos. Here are the 3 options. Option 1 is to have a passport photo taken at a local drugstore like CVS or Walgreens. This is a good option if you do not feel comfortable taking your own pictures. At CVS, this option costs $14.99. The second option is to have your photo taken for you at your passport processing facility. This costs $15 at the USPS, and you have to book this service ahead of time. It may be harder to get a good photo, as you don't have the option of multiple retakes in a busy post office. The last option, which we recommend, is to take your own photo. This is what we decided to do this go around. For our infant, we laid a white sheet on the floor to use as a background and laid him on it. You will need to get a photo from eye level and straight on. You will want to make sure that your baby's head is pointed squarely at you. For our 6-year-old, we had her stand in front of a white wall. You want to make sure that your flash doesn't create any harsh shadows. There are great FAQs on the travel.state.gov website. They have a tool that will automatically crop your photo to be within the mandated guidelines. We used a photo editing program on our computer to put both of our children's cropped photos on one 4x6 picture. We got the photo developed at our local CVS for just 25 cents. If you do not have photo editing software, there are some apps and websites that will do this for you. Just give it a Google. Once you get your pictures developed, cut them out and make sure that you measure them to ensure they fit within the government standards. They have strict sizing requirements for the head and for the photo. Step 4. Go to your passport appointment. Go to your passport appointment with all of the required documentation. We scheduled an appointment at our local post office. We showed up a few minutes before our appointment, and they called on us promptly at our appointment time, and we were able to skip the general post office line. If your appointment time has come and gone, notify an agent that you were there for a passport appointment. Having the application pre-filled saves a lot of time. but make sure you don't attach the photos to the application ahead of time, as they'll do that for you. The post office does not accept credit cards for payment. Be prepared to pay by cash or check, or use a debit card to buy a money order. There was a $1.30 fee at our post office. We presented all of our documentation, paid the fees, and took an oath that all the information we presented was true. The entire process to complete 2 passport applications only took us about 15 minutes, much better than hours at a walk-in facility or a fair. Step 5. Wait for processing. Processing is broken up into 3 phases: submission, passport processing, and return mailing. Currently, the timetable is longer than usual. 3 weeks for the initial submission and mailing, 12 weeks for processing, and 3 additional weeks for mailing back. Once your application is submitted and received by the government, you can begin tracking its progress on the official website. You will receive your original identifying documents back in the mail separately from your passport. As usual with the government, things can take longer than you imagine, so make sure you give yourself enough cushion time to receive your passport before your trip. Step 6. See the world. Once you have your passport for you or your child, you're ready to travel the world. Go out and explore the globe and make memories. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more family travel tips. Thanks for watching.